I take Coaster down here. I take Metrolink to visit my girlfriend in Orange County. I love taking it. Beats driving through traffic and having to deal with that, especially during peak hours. Peak hours driving sucks on the 5.
Brian Legal lives in North County and is a big fan of riding the train. I meet him on a hiking trail that overlooks the single track along the Del Mar Bluffs.
I think it's just how convenient it is and the beautiful scenic views that are in SoCal's rail network, and just being able to hop on a train and see all my friends who live in San Diego or up there and get a good ocean view on the way.
Being a train rider in San Diego is not easy. These are the only tracks that connect San Diego to Los Angeles and the rest of California. They're often congested or totally closed due to landslides and emergency repairs.
Yeah, even in the past month, I've visited my girlfriend twice, and I had to take the Amtrak bus, the bus bridge, in order to get there, which is very inconvenient because Amtrak costs more, and you have to hop on a bus, and it's always full. It sells out a week in advance. You can't just hop on.
Del Mar is one of the rail corridor's worst pinch points. So SANDAG, the county's transportation planning agency, is considering relocating the tracks, possibly into underground tunnels, which raises an important question. Will those tunnels be big enough for electric trains?
Electric trains are pretty much the most efficient way to move anything on land, and they're more energy efficient than other, zero emissions alternative.
Adriana Rizzo is a member of the grassroots organization Californians for Electric Rail.
The biggest benefit is that is for passenger service. So electric trains accelerate faster. So you can have short, faster trips. So for example, the Caltrain cut 25 minutes off of its local service just by going from diesel to electric service. They can also go faster. So you can have these trains going up to 110, 125 miles an hour without any, the specialized upgrades you need for true high-speed rail.
Currently, all the trains on this corridor are pulled by diesel locomotives, which are slower, noisier, and more polluting. SANDAG found electric trains would cut the travel time between Oceanside and San Diego to less than half an hour. That's faster than driving, even when there's no traffic. But electric trains would require a wider tunnel through Del Mar to accommodate the overhead wires that power the trains. And a wider tunnel would be more expensive.
Part of our shared use agreements in particular is to make sure that travel times are not increased.
Mary Dover is a spokesperson for the North County Transit District, which owns the train tracks and will have to maintain them, whether SANDAG reroutes them through Del Mar or keeps them in place. Dover says electrifying the trains would come with a big upfront cost to install the overhead wires. Some residents also don't like how those wires look.
Also, from a maintenance perspective, making sure that we're at least aware of the costs that we will incur in the maintenance of the life cycle of this infrastructure.
Caltrans released its state rail plan in January. It aims for a transition to all zero-emission trains, but it leaves out the San Diego to Los Angeles corridor from its plans for electrification. Instead, it imagines trains powered by batteries or hydrogen fuel, technologies that are slower and less proven. Rizzo says even if there's no money to electrify the trains today, SANDAG should at least leave the door open to electric trains in the future.
They're not going to be building another one of these tunnels for the next 100 years. So if they make these tunnels too small to save a little bit of money, they are, basically they're making a decision now about whether this corridor will ever be electrified. And it seems, really foolish to make that long-term decision based on, a small margin of what is already kind of an expensive project.
For Brian Legal, electric trains in San Diego would help bring back ridership that's been lost due to the constant delays and track closures. Caltrain in the Bay Area electrified their trains last year to resounding success.
Every quarter they've seen more riders take it quarter after quarter, and I don't expect that to slow down anytime soon. And seeing that and wanting to bring that down and give that a shot will, I think, improve the lives of everyone. It will take traffic off the roads. It will improve the experience of everyone, not just people on the train, but everyone commuting downtown and back.
SANDAG is currently scoping out what it will study in an environmental impact report. It's accepting comments on its preliminary study through June 30th. Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.